Hello, good people. Welcome to this platform. I'm inviting you. We walk in this journey together as your corporate streets tour guide. And I promise you, I will be bringing you educational insights about the corporate world. Because I've been in the corporate streets and corridors cumulatively for around 15 years. And I can recall when I joined the corporate world in the shipping industry as a junior accountant, and I've transitioned in various industries in different capacities. And it is still quite an adventurous journey. But there are some things I have come to learn and to deal with. And I wish I knew these things in such a time. And that's why I'm here as your corporate streets tour guide. And one of the first things I came to realize, the college education you have when you're joining the corporate world is just the foundation. And it shows around 5 things about yourself. Because you will realize, those of you who have been in the corporate world for some time, you have undergone various rigorous trainings, and these trainings are very often because the corporate world is very agile and you need to be very adaptive. So your basic university or college education is just the foundation. First, it shows your capability. It shows that at least you are able to commit and complete a structured program, and at least you have some discipline. It also shows that you have some transferable skills, and these skills are very important. These transferable skills are the ones which are also known as soft skills. It shows that you have communication skills, you are able to solve problems, you have interpersonal skills, and you are able to do some research. And these are skills which are required in almost all roles. I don't think there's any role which doesn't require these skills. So if you have a degree or a college diploma, it shows you have those skills, because in the schools you have the teamwork, and it also shows you can work as a team, because for you to finish a degree, you need to be able to communicate with your peers, you need to work together, you need to interrelate together. And again, your degree is a foundation of specialization. You'll notice that for you to thrive in the corporate world, you cannot be jack of all trades. Specialization is key. So your degree gives you the base of what you're gonna specialize in this particular game. The game is too wide, and you need to be a specialist in a particular area so that you can thrive in it. The other aspect is the networking opportunities. You'll find many of your networks and your peers, and most of them you can trace them back to the college days. So it shows that you have some networks. So if you need some projects to be done, you know someone somewhere who was good at this particular thing. And adaptability. I can tell you, corporate world is very agile and things are changing very fast. We are in the digital era, and now we are not just in the digital era, we are also in the artificial intelligence era, and I can tell you things are changing very fast. And it shows that you are able to adapt. And the corporate world is very agile. You need to be very adaptive. But those were just the basics of the game of the corporate world. Where the rubber meets the road is these 2 levels. In this game, especially the commercial side, when I say commercial side, organizations which are running for profit activities, because in the corporate world we also have not for profit, but the basics are the same. You need to know where you belong. And when you are joining the corporate world, or when you are seeking your growth in the corporate world, you need to know exactly your role in these 2 levels. You are either a frontline soldier, or you are either an efficiency driver. You cannot belong to another group. You are either, there's no in between. It's either you are a frontline soldier or you are an efficiency driver. Who are frontline soldiers? Frontline soldiers are also known as revenue generators. Some organizations also call them growth teams. And these are the salespeople the sales team. These are the people who are directly interacting with the customer on a daily basis. They are responsible for closing deals. They are responsible for building client relationships. We also have business development teams. They are responsible for exploring new market opportunities. They are responsible for bringing new partnerships. We also have the marketing team. They are responsible for creating demand and positioning the brand to attract more clients. So they are there directly interacting with the customer. And then we also have the efficiency drivers, which are also known as operational support. Some organizations call them the support teams. And support teams, we can start with finance team. They are responsible for managing budget, forecast, and ensuring profitability of the organization. Once all these activities happen, they are responsible to ensure the bottom line makes sense. We have HR team. They are responsible for recruiting, retaining, and empowering employees. We also have procurement. They are responsible for sourcing. They are responsible for managing vendors on behalf of the business. We have IT and operations. They are responsible for maintaining systems and workflow that enhance productivity. So for you to understand your position in the corporate world, you need to know your role in this particular game. And it has taken me almost 10 years. Actually, not almost. I discovered this aspect in the last few years. And it gave me an answer where I have not been performing very well in most of the interviews. Because in most interviews, the recruiter wants to know, in your role as the front soldier, in your role as the growth team, in your role as the revenue generator, how are you able to impact the growth of the organization? In your role as the operational support, or in your role as a support team, what has been your role? And I can tell you, all commercial organizations are measured using 3 reports: income statement or P&L, balance sheet, and cash flow. So in whichever role, whether you are in a frontline soldier or you are an efficiency driver, you are directly or indirectly impacting the P&L. And the P&L has the top line where we have the revenue, or the bottom line where we have the profit after we have dealt with the other aspects of the expenses. We have balance sheet, and in your specific role, what are you contributing to the asset and the liability? What is your role? And in the cash flow, what is your role? And the cash flow here, we're talking about money in, the money out. What is your responsibility? Let me give you a very good example. Let me just pick one aspect, maybe in procurement. You could be in procurement where you are responsible for sourcing stocks, and you have been buying a lot of stocks which are holding company money. What does that mean? You are stuffing the company cash flow because a lot of money is held in the stocks, in the stock or in inventory. So that was just one example of how different roles contribute directly to these 3 reports: income statement, balance sheet, or cash flow. And those who are interested in being coached on how to sell themselves in the corporate world, because I can tell you, as an employee, you are a service provider to your employer, and you are selling to your employer your skills. So how do you package your skills, and how do you sell yourself in the interview? So you can fill your information in the link below, and perhaps we can have a program on how to mentor you, how to coach you to pitch yourself and give your best value. Thank you again. My name is Philip Watuma, your tour guide in the streets of corporate world, and cheers.